Same-sex marriage in Colombia. Same-sex marriage in Colombia has been legal since 28 April 2016, when the Constitutional Court of Colombia ruled by a 6-3 vote that banning same-sex marriage was unconstitutional under the Colombian Constitution of 1991. The first same-sex marriage to be performed in the country following the ruling occurred on 24 May 2016. The country has also recognized same-sex de facto unions since 2007. Colombia was the fourth country in South America to allow same-sex marriage. De facto unions. A de facto union, Spanish union marital de hecho, can be registered through a public deed before a notary or a judge. A registered union may provide greater convenience when accessing rights. If unregistered, a person may have to prove the union's existence to a court. On 7 February 2007, the Constitutional Court of Colombia extended several common law marriage, property, and pension rights to same-sex couples. A subsequent court decision, handed down in October 2007, extended Social Security and health insurance rights same-sex couples. Later, on 28 January 2009, the Constitutional Court gave 42 more rights to cohabitating same-sex couples that were previously only granted to heterosexual couples, including nationality, residence permits, testimony when in jury, family properties laws, etc. A final ruling that was handed down on 13 April 2011 extended inheritance rights to same-sex couples. Under a 2020 ruling in a case that involved a same-sex couple, a person who wishes to prove a de facto union must provide details such as the dates during which they lived together, social events they attended together, mutual support during difficult times, or joint projects. The Sala de Casación Civil of the Constitutional Court announced that ruling in case SC 5040/2020 on 4 January 2021. Statistics. From February 2007 to August 2012, at least 51 same-sex de facto unions were registered by notaries in the coastal city of Cartagena. During that same time period, 74 and 140 such unions were registered in the cities of Soledad and Bogotá, respectively. Civil union proposals. On 15 June 2007, the lower house of the Congress of Colombia approved a historic same-sex union bill by a vote of 62-43, and President Álvaro Uribe was expected to sign the measure, which had been approved by the Colombian Senate in April. However, on 19 June, a group of conservative senators broke party discipline in what is usually a routine vote on the final form of a bill and defeated the measure by 34-29 in the 102-member Senate. About 80 LGBT rights advocates held a demonstration outside Congress the following day, protesting the bill's defeat. Supporters vowed to revive the legislation. The bill, which had been endorsed by conservative President Álvaro Uribe, would have made Colombia the first nation in Latin America grant same-sex couples in long-term relationships the same rights to health insurance, inheritance, and Social Security as heterosexual couples. On 17 March 2015, Senator Armando Benedetti introduced a civil union bill. The bill failed as it was not debated in time. It was reintroduced by Senator Roy Barreras on 30 July 2015. On the same day, Senators Benedetti and Barreras introduced a bill allowing same-sex couples to adopt children. Same-sex marriage. Legislative proposals. On 26 July 2011, the Constitutional Court unanimously ruled 9-0 in case C-577/2011 that, while it could not change the definition of marriage as the union of a man and a woman, nevertheless same-sex couples have the right to form a family. The court ordered the Colombian Congress to pass legislation addressing this issue, whether by legalizing same-sex marriage or another marriage-like union within 2 years, by 20 June 2013. If such a law were not passed by that deadline, the court said, same-sex couples would automatically become able to register their relationship before a notary. In 2011, after the Constitutional Court ruling, 4 bills were announced in Congress to recognize same-sex couples. 2 used the word marriage, and the other 2 would have created civil unions. In October 2012, Senator Armando Benedetti introduced a bill legalizing same-sex marriage. The bill initially only allowed for civil unions, but the text was changed by Benedetti. President Juan Manuel Santos did not take a position on the bill. The Senate's first committee approved the bill on 4 December 2012. On 24 April 2013, it was rejected by the Senate in a 1751 vote, after being postponed on 2 different occasions. The negative outcome was expected, as the 2 biggest parties made a commitment to kill the bill. Senator Benedetti responded to the vote, calling the Colombian Congress worthless, and stating that senators who voted against the project wanted the Congress to be like the ones of Congo, Uganda, Bolivia, and Haiti. Days before the vote, Superintendent Jorge Enrique Vélez announced that if the Congress failed to pass the same-sex marriage bill before the 20 June deadline, the Minister of Justice would prepare guidelines for notaries and judges to conduct solemn contracts for same-sex couples. On 18 April 2013, the country's Notaries Association presented their own proposal, which sought to set guidelines for the celebration of same-sex couples' marital unions. On 20 June, notaries across the country started performing these unions. However, LGBT activists advised people not to engage in those contracts because, they said, the framework for a marital contract did not exist in the country's laws. In the following days, several couples made petitions to judges to have their relationships recognized through marriage. On 24 July 2013, a civil court judge in Bogotá declared a male same-sex couple legally married, after a ruling on 11 July 2013 accepting the petition. This was the first same-sex couple married in Colombia. In September 2013, 2 civil court judges married 2 same-sex couples. The first marriage was challenged by a conservative group, and it was initially annulled. However, in October, the Bogotá High Court Spanish Tribunal Supremo de Bogotá maintained the validity of that marriage. The issue of same-sex marriage once again went before the Constitutional Court after the country's Inspector General requested that the court invalidate all the marriages. A hearing was scheduled for 7 May 2015. It was postponed as some judges were not present, and a new hearing open to the public happened on 30 July 2015. A verdict was to be reached before 31 August 2015. On 30 July 2015, Senator Benedetti introduced a same-sex marriage bill. The Senate's first committee started to debate the bill on 9 December 2015. Recognition of same-sex marriages performed overseas. In May 2015, Colombian Interior Minister Juan Fernando Cristo announced the Colombian government's support for a move to recognize same-sex marriage. He made the statement the day after a multi-country same-sex couple began an unprecedented legal battle to have their 2013 marriage registered in Spain recognized in Colombia. Colombian government agencies began recognizing same-sex marriages lawfully performed in foreign jurisdictions in March 2016. Same-sex couples married abroad are now entitled to the same visa, healthcare benefits, inheritance and pension rights as heterosexual spouses once they take a stamped marriage certificate and identification papers to the nearest designated office. Constitutional Court ruling. In March 2016, a draft of a ruling, considered to be a minority opinion of the Constitutional Court, was published by Judge Jorge Ignacio Pertelt. The draft argued that marriage applied only to one man and one woman, and that it was up to Congress to legalize same-sex marriage. On 7 April 2016, the court voted 6-3 against the proposal. Judge Alberto Rojas Rio was assigned to prepare a new proposal. The court announced its decision on 28 April 2016, ruling by a 6-3 margin that marriage between people of the same sex does not violate the constitutional order. The ruling established that every solemn contract entered into by same-sex couples since June 2013 under the provisions of the court's previous ruling in the C-577/2011 case is legally valid and to be recognized as a marriage, meaning that couples who have entered into such unions since June 2013 need not remarry as a result of the court's April 2016 ruling. The ruling was officially published on 7 July 2016. Presiding Judge Maria Victoria Cal told the court, "All people are free to choose independently to start a family in keeping with their sexual orientation, receiving equal treatment under the Constitution and the law." The court's ruling informed state judges, notaries, and clerks that they must ensure that citizens' fundamental rights are observed and that they are all granted equal treatment. The first same-sex wedding in the country following the ruling happened in Cali on 24 May 2016. On 12 July 2016, the Constitutional Court rejected a challenge to the ruling filed by a conservative group opposed to same-sex marriage. In January 2017, the Constitutional Court rejected an appeal filed by former Attorney General Alejandro Ordonez to nullify the ruling. Statistics. In Colombia, civil marriages are performed by notaries and judges. Every marriage performed in Colombia has to be registered with the Registraduría Nacional de Colombia. According to the Superintendencia de Notariado y Registro, notaries performed 138 same-sex marriages in 2016, 341 in 2017, and 316 in 2018, with Antioquia, Cundinamarca, including Bogotá. By June 2019, 968 same-sex marriages had been performed by notaries in Colombia since legalization, 258 in Bogotá, 240 in Medellin, 92 in Cali, and 79 in Pereira. 6 same-sex divorces occurred in 2017 and 5 in 2018. In December 2019, Bogotá Mayor Claudia López Hernández married her partner Angelica Lozano Correa in one of the more notable same-sex marriages in Colombia. Public opinion. A poll conducted between December 2009, the poll showed that women and people with a higher education level were more likely to support same-sex marriage. A nationwide poll taken in November 2012 found that 28% of Colombians supported same-sex marriage, while 66% opposed it, and 6% did not respond. According to a Pew Research Center survey conducted between 28 November 2013 and 4 March 2014, 28% of Colombians supported same-sex marriage, 64% were opposed. A Gallup national poll conducted in July 2016 showed that 40% of Colombians supported same-sex marriage, while 57% were opposed. The 2017 America's Barometer showed that 34% of Colombians supported same-sex marriage. A 2018 Gallup poll found that support for same-sex marriage had increased to 46%, with 52% of Colombians opposed. In October 2019, an InVamer poll showed that support for same-sex marriage had, for the first time ever in Colombia, reached 50%, with 47% opposing. As for same-sex adoption, acceptance was at 36% and opposition at 62%.